Before we get into the episode today, I'd like to acknowledge the traditional owners of the land on which we are gathered on and pay my respects to elders both past and present, as well as acknowledging any Aboriginal or Torres Strait Islander educators who are tuning in. Today I have Andrea de Silva, who was a nominee for Ally of the Year of the Koorie Curriculum Educator Awards. And before I welcome Andrea to our podcast, I'm just going to read out her nomination. And it says here that I am nominating Andrea de Silva for the Non-Indigenous Ally of the Year Award. As a dedicated educator, Andrea has played a pivotal role in embedding Aboriginal perspectives within our service, making a significant impact on our community. Andrea's deep knowledge of Aboriginal communities, particularly the Gana people, has been instrumental in her work. Her commitment to understanding and respecting Indigenous cultures is evident in her completion of the Gana language course with Uncle Tamaru. This experience has enriched her teaching practice, enabling her to authentically incorporate Gana language and cultural elements into the everyday learning environment. Andrea is passionate about creating an inclusive space where all voices are heard, especially those of Aboriginal children and their families. She has worked tirelessly to ensure that the perspectives of Aboriginal parents are not only considered, but actively integrated into the curriculum. Her approach to education is rooted in the belief that all children should see their identities reflected in their learning experiences. This has led to the implementation of inclusive practices that celebrate diversity and foster a deep respect for Aboriginal cultures among both staff and children. In addition to her work in the centre, Andrea has been a strong advocate for professional development focused on Aboriginal perspectives. She has encouraged her colleagues to engage with Indigenous knowledge and has facilitated opportunities for them to learn from Aboriginal elders. Andrea's dedication to embedding Aboriginal perspectives and her commitment to fostering an inclusive and respectful learning environment, making her an outstanding candidate for the Non-Indigenous Ally of the Year Award. Her work has been profound and lasting impact on our community centre. I think these words are so beautiful, Andrea. I don't know how you felt reading them, but I think it sounds like you're doing some amazing things at your centre, and I can't wait to learn more about them. But congratulations for being a finalist for Ally Educator of the Year. Can I just ask you, what started your journey here?
Yeah, I said thank you very much for that.
You're right.
Yeah. When I started the journey in South Australia, I'm originally from India, and when I moved to Australia and started to work in Warradale, it was all new for me. Ghana language was very new. I had no idea of Aboriginal culture, nothing at all. But then saying that the director in here worked with us with Aboriginal culture, and we had some families who were with us, and just to connect with those families, which I started in, putting in a little bit effort to know what actually we need to do to connect with them really closely. And that's the step which took me forward to get to know more about the Aboriginal culture and what they do and work with them closely. Yeah.
And what inspired you to look at that more closely? Like what do you think really changed that for you?
Because I'm from another culture as well. So, everybody understood me as part of my culture in the center and embraced that. So I thought maybe, we need to know more about the Aboriginal land which we are living on and connect with that more closely as well. And which brought me closer to and I was working with a group of children that time as well. So I really wanted to connect with that family closer. So when I was talking to the mom as well, she was like, "Oh, this is what we do," and with in their culture as well, some things the men can do and some things the ladies can do and the children as well. So we really had to know before we presented any experiences, which gave we need more knowledge to get into the path. Yeah. So that's where I started.
Do you have a lot of Aboriginal families at your service?
At the moment, we do have a couple. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And have they been supportive and sharing their culture with you?
They have. When we put up stuff, they come and talk to us. Oh, it's really nice to see that you're connecting with our culture. And some of the dads will say, "Oh, it's mom's heritage," and oh, it feels so nice to see actually, all that coming into the center more. And yeah, at least the children can be part of it
Yeah.
as being in the big culture now. Yeah.
Is there something that you've done on your journey so far that you're proud of achieving?
I think every step has been I've been very proud of, because just getting to do every day the ceremony of the Gana circle, and then going through all those, the language as well with the children, and just making sure we're doing it um, very connected with the children and their families. And the main thing, when the children actually use the words in everyday life, makes a big difference in us.
Yeah.
It shows how much we are taking them towards.
Hi everyone, I'm just jumping in quickly to remind you all that Beck and I have a series of upcoming events and workshops all throughout Queensland where we'll be yarning about the new ELF principles, Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander perspectives and sustainability. We'll be in Toowoomba, Cairns, the Gold Coast, Brisbane, Mackay, Townsville, you name it, we'll be there, and we hope to see you all there. All right, take care everyone, enjoy the episode.
Yeah.
And can you share a little bit about the language program that you did?
Yeah, with Uncle Tamaru. Yeah, it was really interesting, because before that we used to, go on Google and get all the information and teach them. But then when Uncle Tamaru came on board with us, and we were able to go to the classes, so we did it fortnightly, a class. And then we learned a lot, the numbers, the language, even learning how to express ourselves or tell what we are according to the Ghana language, what birthright, and with the female or the genders and all the signs and symbols. He explained each and everything, and the differences between the artwork, which the Ghana language or the Ghana land does, and the Aboriginal. It's totally different, which we never knew as well, which we
Yeah,
learned
so
from.
really understanding the specifics of Ghana culture rather than just
Yeah,
generally looking at Aboriginal culture. I
yes,
see. Yep.
right. Yeah.
And are there any other particular resources or tools that you've used in this?
Yes, we have. We've got the Ghana language dictionary, which we looked back to if we need to research on any words and everything. And then we use, of course, Uncle Tamaru. Most often we call and ask him if we need any help.
And
Yeah.
how did you get connected with him?
Through Gauri SI.
Okay,
Yeah.
great. Good. Yeah, they're a great organization, I have to say. I
Yeah.
follow Gary South Australia on Facebook, and every day I see such good examples of work that they're doing. They're one of my favorite pages to follow, I think. Yeah. I'm actually coming to Adelaide soon to
Oh,
do
that's nice.
some
Yeah.
workshops, and they're on my to do like to come and visit and see some Gary services when I'm there. Anyway,
Yeah. They're amazing. Yeah.
can I ask, what are some challenges that you faced in implementing Aboriginal programs?
Challenges. I don't think we had any challenges which was like from the families, but
Yeah,
it's just that the challenges are like what we faced was, are we doing the right thing? Are we bringing in something what is the right way to bring into the center? That was always a question to
yeah,
us, because as much as you want to embrace their culture, it's also the thing we don't want to step over what is not right. So yeah, but saying that now with Uncle Tamaru, we are actually able to do it perfectly. So because we can actually look and ask him whether we're doing the right thing or not before we step into it,
yeah,
before we used to do. And some of the things, like an example is like the didgeridoo, only men can actually use that instrument,
yeah,
girls can't. We didn't know that. That was a bit of a challenge when we took a photo of a child, Aboriginal girl, having that and using it, and then the mom came and said, oh, it's nice to see her with that instrument, but actually we can't do that
yeah,
according to our culture. That makes it like, you open up to learning as well. That was a challenge for us, because we didn't know about the culture that time
yeah,
when we explored it. And yeah, but when children take it, and now we are able to say, oh, okay, you can have a look at it, but the boys can actually play the instrument. Yeah,
yeah.
so we can able to understand and explain more about it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. And I think, look, it's about being open to that kind of feedback, isn't it?
Yes.
That, you're not defensive, but you just sort of, you're really open to listening and to learning. You're not being defensive. And sometimes when people give you feedback and saying, oh, actually, that's not quite right, people can become disheartened and they can almost say, oh, well, why bother at all then? But that's not your
Yeah.
attitude. You've got a really positive
Right.
attitude. And
Yeah.
something that I could recommend to you is that we use a tool that's called a cultural learning plan. And so it's something that, some educators do this at enrollment. It's called an about me sheet or something like that. But a cultural learning plan, you can use it for children from all different cultural backgrounds. But in there, we ask families to let us know any protocols that they have. Is there terminology, things that they can and can't do? Because for Aboriginal people, sometimes that's to do with ochre. We can't use certain colours or certain symbols. Sometimes it's to do with musical instruments. It may be to
Yeah.
do with bush tucker food. There are some foods we can
Yeah.
eat and some foods we can't eat. But that's a good tool, because often we
Yeah.
don't know. So by filling that in at the beginning of the year, we can have a
Yeah.
bit of a better understanding. It's the beginning. It's not it's the first step. It's not the end, because then you continue to have some more conversations. But that's really important, because everybody has these challenges, and often it's about your confidence. And by having these relationships with your family that are respectful backwards and forwards, they can appreciate you're trying to do the right thing and they're giving you that respectful feedback. And having Uncle Tamaru to sort of guide you, it makes you feel more confident to have a go and to do these things. So that's really great. Have you had any, um, misconceptions with, Aboriginal culture? So I know that you mentioned about the didgeridoo, like you weren't
Yeah.
aware. Have there been any more of those things that
Um,
you've now learned?
Not many. Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
After that, we've been very careful with what we are exploring and doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Because
doing your
then we,
research first, right?
yes,
Yeah, that's
that's
right.
right.
That's
Yeah.
great.
Make sure we're doing that before we step into it. Yeah.
And what advice would you give to educators who are just starting to incorporate Aboriginal perspectives into their teaching?
Um, I'd say don't be scared to explore the culture. It's a very nice culture to embrace. And yeah, you put your step forward and then there you get everybody else coming forward to help you in that, yeah,
Mm.
to build their generation and their culture with good and, exploring it is the best thing to do. I
Yeah.
think when we stop ourselves, it is hard then. Yeah,
Yeah.
so don't be scared. It
Have
is
you
fun.
have you found now that you've learnt more about the Ghana culture that there are similarities between the Ghana culture and your culture?
Yeah. Yes, surprisingly, yes, I have noticed, especially with the bush tucker plants as well. When we explored about the bush tucker plants and all those things, there's some plants which are goes together with Indian culture and Aboriginal, and some of the
Yeah.
trees I've noticed as well, which connects Indian and Aboriginal. It's similar trees but different names.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And even
which
when
is
you look at things like family structures and,
yeah,
respect for elders and things like that, and I think there's a lot of similarities there in the way
it.
that, the community operates.
Yes, that you're very true. Yes, that's how it works with our culture as well. Yeah, we respect elders and work with very closely to with our families.
Mm.
Yeah.
Have you got questions about nature play, sustainability, or how to meaningfully include Aboriginal culture in your early childhood program? Call 0253 000 306 and leave a voice message for the Educator Yarns podcast. Beck Birch from Bush Kindies Australia and Jessica Staines from the Koorie Curriculum will be answering your questions, offering practical advice, cultural guidance, and inspiring ideas to support your teaching and planning. Whether you're just starting out or looking to take your program deeper, your question could shape future episodes and support other educators across the country. Dial in today at 0253 000 306. How do you foster meaningful relationships with Aboriginal communities? What are some things that you do?
Uh, we do connect with them, like, um, sending out notes to them about what we're doing. We're having the Ghana circle happening when, and then Uncle Tamaru coming in. We have the smoking ceremonies. We do connect with them and foster them to come and join us. And yeah, lots of little things which we do
So you
according
just you
to,
just invite them to be a continual part
yes,
of your community. I see, that's good.
yeah.
Um, have you got any ongoing projects that you're working on that you want to share with our listeners?
Mm, not at the moment.
It's a tricky
Yeah.
time of the year, isn't
The
it?
only,
Yeah.
yes, because it's the end of the year, but we're still doing for this term. We're just doing the heads and shoulders, knees and toes in Ghana language.
Yeah.
So that's the thing which we are working on at the moment. We did last time. We did the colors in Ghana language. So yeah, this
Yeah.
time we're doing heads and shoulders, knees and toes.
Yeah,
So
great.
yeah.
Do you have a favorite Aboriginal book or resource that you've learnt and that you've used with children?
Um, I don't have a book, but I do go into the websites to Jack Buxey's website sometimes, and I look at videos because he gives good videos there to how you pronounce words and what we do, how we can teach the children. So yeah,
Yeah, Jack Buckskin's website. He's great,
yeah.
isn't he? Yeah, he's great. If listeners could take away one key message from this conversation, what would you want it to be? What would you want them to know?
Mm, that's a tricky one.
What's a bit of advice that you might give?
I might say just, yeah, support the Aboriginal culture and connect with the generations, guys.
Yeah,
Yeah, open up, don't be fearful. Yeah.
yeah, that's great. Is there anything else that you wanted to share or that you want people to know about your journey so far?
Um, no, I think everything is in the list written up for me. My director did a good job in that,
Yeah, she did. Yeah.
which works, hard for me to tell everything. But yes, it's been a
Yeah.
good journey. But yeah, learning about the Aboriginal culture and being here, part of it. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, good on you and keep going. And I think what you're doing is great. I hope to stay connected with you and hear more about what you end up doing next year and as you continue.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you, Jessica. You too.
Take
Have a good
care.
day. Yeah,
Bye.
bye-bye.
Thanks for listening to today's podcast. To find out more information about the Koorie Curriculum and how we can best support you in your early learning service, visit www.kooriecurriculum.com.